Welcome to Sailing Sur le Vent. My name is Kevin, and I'm on board our Starratt Jenks 45 with my wife Donna. We left Havre, Maryland 3 weeks ago, and we are sailing south to the Bahamas. We'll take you along on our little trip and do short little videos for you along the way to show you our progress. So far, we've sailed, as I said, down the Chesapeake Bay. We left out on a Wednesday and stopped at the Annapolis Boat Show. We were there on Thursday, and if you remember, this past trip, there was a big nor'easter coming up the coast. So we left out of Annapolis on Friday morning and went down to Solomon's Island, where we caught a mooring ball, and we tucked up in Solomon's for a few days, let that nor'easter pass. Afterwards, we headed further south. We left out of Solomon's and went down to Mill Creek, which is on the Great Wicomico River, on the south shore, just south of the Potomac River. And that's a great little anchorage. The creek winds up back and forth, so there's several coves up there where you can anchor. It's just beautifully quiet. No facilities or anything, but if you want to get away from things, the Mill Creek is a wonderful anchorage. We left out of Mill Creek with our intention was to go down to Southport and pull into the basin there. When we arrived right before sunset, the basin was full with no room for any additional boats. So we decided to continue on down the Intracoastal Waterway, and we went to Great Bridge Lock. We were able to get through Great Bridge Lock around 9 p.m. that night and pull up to the bulkhead between Great Bridge Lock and Great Bridge Bridge. That put us in a wonderful position in the morning to get up and catch the 6 o'clock opening of Great Bridge Bridge. And then from there, we were able to make a run down the Intracoastal Waterway to Coinjock. We stayed at Coinjock for a night, refueled, pumped out, and then once we left Coinjock, we headed down and went to we actually stopped. Sorry, it's a number of stops. We stopped along the way. Oh, it's escaping me right now. Well, we stopped at a nice little town, and when it comes to me, I'll let you know. From there, we went south and then back up north, and we went to Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City is a wonderful, quaint little town. It's a little out of the way, unless you're coming down through the Dismal Swamp. The Dismal Swamp is a very narrow, very shallow canal that cuts through. The Dismal Swamp was created or engineered and built by George Washington back in the day, and he did that so he could get lumber out of that area. But today it's a park system, so you can come down the Dismal Swamp, and there's a visitor center halfway down. You can stay overnight and then make the rest of the trip down to Elizabeth City on the south end. But it's really for shallower draft boats. Sur le Vent, our Starratt 45, draws 6 feet and mast height of 54, which can get up in the trees if you're not careful. But it's a nice run. But anyway, we went up to Elizabeth City, and we spent a few nights up there, just enjoying the city. The quietness, quaint little town reminds us of Havre de Grace. And then from Elizabeth City, we made the run down to Beaufort, North Carolina. On the way, we did stop at Mayo Seafood and picked up some fresh shrimp and some tuna, which we very much enjoyed. And then we were in Beaufort for about 4 or 5 days. I actually had to replace the windlass while we were there. We had an issue with the windlass getting jammed up and stuck in the on position, and then that burned up part of the mechanism, the electricals, so it wouldn't come up, which is kind of what you want the windlass for. So we had ordered a new one, delivered it there to the Beaufort docks, and while we were there in Beaufort docks waiting for some weather to come through, I pulled the old one off and put a new windlass on, and she's been running beautifully ever since. Knock on wood. I am superstitious that way. So today we have left out of St. Augustine after spending about a week there. We came in, I guess, Monday, and today is Sunday. And we've been at the dock for a couple of days, and then we came out on anchor, and we've been all over St. Augustine. If you want to have some of the best wings in town, go across the Bridge of Lions away from St. Augustine, and just on the right is a little restaurant. I'm going to call it Lighthouse, but I don't think it's called the Lighthouse, but they do have a lighthouse. But anyway, it's just a little bar, but man, they have the best wings I think I've ever had. They're whole wings, so when you order one, you get the flight and the wing portion together. So you order 5, you get 10, just so you don't order 10 and get 20. They are fantastic. So we left out of St. Augustine this morning, right before sunset. We caught the slack tide in the inlet and came out. It's just rolling very nicely. It's a beautiful sunny day. It wasn't like that when we started. It was a little overcast, and there actually were a bank of clouds there that you still see there below the sun, and there was a lot of lightning there in the sun, in the cloud bank rather. So that's off the coast, and it's going to stay to the east of us. We do have a cold front coming across from the west, and you can see we've got some grayness over there. That's to be expected when that cold air comes down across the coast and hits the warm, moist air here in Florida. We get some condensation and cloud buildup. So we got a little bit of that, but the wind's blowing 10 knots for us at 49 degrees apparent wind, which is off to the east. A west wind. So we are sailing down the coast on a reach. It's just beautiful. Maybe a little bit, not quite a close reach, but in between a close reach and a reach, about 48 degrees, 50 degrees most of the time. So we are having a wonderful time, and I'm glad you joined us. Please tune in again, and we'll tell you more about sailing Sur le Vent.